Brad hadn't told us on the show last week that the only bloke we hadn't heard from in the stumping saga was Johnny Bairstow. Well, now the other key figure, Alex Carrey, has spoken. We've supported each other and, yeah, I don't think the group would do anything differently. I guess everyone is entitled to their opinion and then everyone's entitled to their opinion on the spirit of cricket as well. So we're all out there, we all walked through the long room together and post-match we all discussed it together, and from our point of view we've all got each other's backs. We don't want to put the thing in reverse for too much longer though, but having been there at that situation, what was the feeling like, and what did David experience we saw there?
Yeah, it was pretty disgusting. We were in the a box on the left-hand side of the members' pavilion, and that whole test was pretty grubby, to be completely honest. It wasn't just what was going on there. Obviously, the amount of alcohol that's consumed, you're allowed to take 2 bottles of alcohol into the ground with you, unlike Australia where you obviously cannot. So they're drinking...
It's 2 cartons at Bathurst.
Yeah, well, and so I think, yeah, it was very disappointing, even after the game, when the supporters stuck around and there's players like Starkey and Pat Cummins trying to do their media and the interviews. The vile abuse just kept going, and it wasn't just those images there. It continued 2 flights of stairs up to the change room and then another 2 flights of stairs up to the where the boys were having lunch. So, yeah, you don't want to see that anywhere.
Did David cop much himself there?
Yeah, well, he cops it everywhere he goes. But, you know, there were some players who actually were touched, were kicked. Obviously, Usman Khawaja was really upset at what was directed at him as well.
Can I ask about lunch? There was lunch, and apparently there was words... Nathan Lyon's come out and spoken about this, but Johnny Bairstow went up to the Australian team at lunch and had strong words going.
So in the lunchroom, it's a really tiny room. Like, you wouldn't believe how small it is. And there's 3 tables, and it's generally... There's one way in and there's one way out. So you're crossing each other. From what I'm to believe, that the Australian team was sitting on one table and then the English team, and Johnny got up and had a few words, and I think Davey then had a few words back at him. But you've got to remember, David and Johnny and mates, they played IPL together, and like a lot of people now, they have these friendships because of what franchise cricket has, you know, created. But yeah, and then I'm pretty sure at Headingley they didn't have lunch together.
Is it different rooms or different?
Different rooms, or I know the Australian team, they turned up to the lunchroom, and I'm pretty sure that England at times, I'm not sure if it was every day, but there were times that they didn't show up.
See, everyone's saying that it's too friendly these days, Crash, and they're all too matesy with, you know, because of their IPL teammates and all that, but they're not having lunch together.
No. Yeah, I must say, don't mind a bit of spice. I mean, this is professional sport.
Can I just say, Davey, the way that he's been reacting to all of this, even when he gets out and stuff, Candice, has been unbelievable. And we know back in the day he had a crack back, but he has... It's water off a duck's back for him now, and it's actually really good to see. Yeah,
he's pretty good like that with all things, not just with the Ashes, with everything. He's the same David, whether he gets a duck, whether he gets 100. He prepares the exact same way. Yeah. But you're right, the younger David would have fired up and probably, you know, wanted to grab someone by the throat.
You said he's not like that at home, though. He spits the dummy all the time.
All right, we know the dismissal was all above board and tickety-boo because it's been ratified at the highest level of the game, the European Cricket League. There we go. Boom. Obviously out. They've had a look at the test match and
the send-off.
Yeah, and
look how far forward he is, though, Tony. That's ridiculous.
Boom. And he's gone.